Romeo and Juliet and Pythagoras. You all know the story of Romeo and Juliet, but did you know about Romeo and Juliet and Pythagoras? You see, long ago, Romeo was romancing Juliet, and she was locked in her room by her father. Romeo planned to elope with Juliet.
Romeo, where art thou, Romeo?
I doest need a ladder to reach you, my beloved. Let me fetcheth one.
Juliet was on the second floor, and he had to find a ladder, so off he went to find one. But he didn't even know the size of ladder to get. Then he remembered Pythagoras' theorem. Pythagoras had figured all of this out 2,500 years ago. Romeo knew the height up to her window was 8 meters, and he knew that if he and his darling were going to be safe, he'd have to have the ladder 6 meters away from the castle for it to be stable. Armed with that knowledge and what Pythagoras said, he now knew the size of ladder to bring for his beloved. Here's how he figured it out. Pythagoras said this about 90-degree angles. A squared plus B squared equals C squared. So the A was the height, which was 8 meters. And 8 times 8, which is 8 squared, equals 64. He wanted to have the ladder 6 meters from the building, B, so 6 times 6, which is 6 squared, equals 36. So 64 plus 36 equal 100. So the longest length, C, which is the length Romeo needed for the ladder, is C squared. So Romeo needed a 10-meter high ladder. Romeo looked at the C side of the triangle and remembered that Pythagoras had called the longest side of a right triangle by the word hypotenuse, which he thought almost a joke because he remembered that next to his beloved Juliet was a pot of flowers. He could remember the word hypotenuse by seeing that pot because it sounded like high pot in use, just like her flower pot high on the windowsill.
Romeo, who be that gentleman Pythagoras you doeth speak of?
Never thee mind, dear.